just people in general, which is pretty awesome for the Pokemon in general, really.
Listening to the Geek Awakens, where the talk is geekier than buying a muffin for yourself on Benedict Cumberbatch's birthday. Here he is, the man himself. It's the host. It's Mitch.
Okay, first off, the way that you said that made it sound like I was the one who bought the muffin. I was not.
That's a valid point. I apologize.
Second of all, I have never been so happy to hear that theme song as I am right now. It's going to be my new ringtone.
How does it feel to be back? In studio.
I feel great.
I can feel Mitch's stress level.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hadn't gotten around introducing you yet. I apologize.
I'm talking. It's fine. I'm just going to start talking.
Oh, great. Now my computer's doing all kinds of fun stuff. This will be a fun show. Also joining us is Tabitha.
That was me that bought the muffin because it was Benedict Cumberbatch's birthday.
Now, what kind of muffin was it?
Lemon poppy seed, duh.
Yeah, duh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Didn't you know that was like the official Benedict Cumberbatch muffin for his birthday?
I mean, is that because that's like his favorite muffin and you just happen to know that, or is that your favorite muffin, or?
That's my favorite muffin.
Oh,
that's fair. And then also, last but definitely not least, joining us is Matt.
I'm totally lost on the whole muffin thing. I don't understand the significance.
And neither do I. I don't think Mitch does either. I think none of us understand the significance.
It was a happy birthday muffin for Benedict Cumberbatch. Like, if I would have had a candle, I would have put it in there and blown it out for him.
It's a muffin. That's a cupcake.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
do cupcakes for birthdays.
Cupcakes for breakfast. That's not healthy. I mean, sometimes I do, but not that way.
Because that matters.
Can we discuss something briefly? Several months ago, you shared with us these cupcakes. I call them muffins. These cupcakes, these red velvet with Oreo. Amazing.
God, I was so sad I missed that night.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't. I ended up with like
extra
7 cupcakes. I was like, this is the best thing ever.
You're welcome, I guess.
Yeah, that needs to happen again.
I can do that. I did just get a new oven, so.
Oh, well, then you have to break the thing in.
There we go.
Now that you can go back in the kitchen.
I can. The kitchen is all nice and all the same appliances again.
Oh, see, now I feel lost. I've been so far. I've been gone for so long. Well, let's get this party started, Mitch.
Yes, got a lot of stuff to talk about. And the first thing we're going to talk about is a convention that's going on this week. Not Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
Yeah. Ooh. Comic-Con. We'll get to that in a couple minutes. First story is actually from, of all places, the RNC, the Republican National Convention. We're not going to talk about Melania Trump potentially plagiarizing. No. That's not the part of the speech that I'm concerned about. Melania Trump rickrolled us all.
She really did.
Whether or not she meant to, it happened. Part of the speech, and
hold on. Now, just hold on.
Okay.
Because I mean, there's. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Well, while you're pulling that up, I'm gonna kind of set the scene a little bit.
Okay.
So here I am, Monday night, watching the speech and everything, and I'm tired at this point, and I'm kind of like nodding off, whatever, and then I hear it, and I tell my roommate, I'm like, hey, you need to rewind this, and he's like, why? He's like, just do it, and he does, and I listen to it again, and I was like, sure enough, she rickrolled us. And we watched it for about a couple more times. I recorded it. I put it on my Facebook.
I'm ready. So
okay.
Here it is. We got rickrolled, and here it is.
He will never, ever give up. And most importantly, he will never, ever let you down. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
So there it is. when we put this on YouTube, they're going to mute that part. But that's all right. That's all right.
Well, okay. So since that part will be muted, I mean, for people who are going to listen to us later, what she said was, he will never, ever give up. And most importantly, he will never, ever let you down. Which obviously.
Never going to give you up. Never going to let you down.
Right there.
Yeah, they can't mute that, so take it.
Unfortunately.
Oh.
So I guess the question becomes, like, was this planned? Because it was an awkward. It was, to me, it was kind of an awkward point in the speech. I don't know if the rest of you saw the speech.
No.
But like, I don't know. It just kind of seemed odd and not language that you would normally use.
Maybe she like forgot what her actual lines were, and she was
She's-
like, "What can
she's
I
like-
possibly say right
Like, what
now?"
was that song? Oh, yeah. Here we go. I got it.
Oh, this song from the 80s, nobody will catch on to this. It'll be all right.
Is she from like a different country, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, maybe it was like a really like not known song there, and so she was like, yeah, nobody's gonna get this.
Well, at the same time, though, she didn't write the speech. She has speechwriters.
Oh, there you go. See, then yeah.
I mean, there was a speechwriter even admitted to pulling some of the content from Michelle Obama's speech, which again, I mean, that's not the story right here. But I mean, I guess I just wonder, did that speechwriter did they decide to have some fun with it, or were they completely oblivious to it, or what?
Maybe, I mean, sometimes it's like when you're writing something, you just get something stuck in your head and it happens to come out and you look at it later and you're like, wait, what?
I feel
By
like
the
I've
way-
heard that before.
I feel like I've heard that somewhere.
While we're on the topic, did you guys know that she's actually a bit of a wordsmith?
Really?
She has coined several quotes, very memorable quotes. For instance, "Life is like a box of chocolates." Yeah, she said that. Gotta catch 'em all. I have a dream. Yeah, that was her. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. We are the world, we are the children. And my favorite being work. He say me have to work.
Love it.
So there you are. And of course, you can't pass up never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. So there you are. Some other famous quotes by the potential First Lady.
So there's that.
I mean, the advantage would be we'd have like 4 years of picking those out of speeches.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine?
man.
Now no, I don't. Never mind. I was like, now I want. No, I don't. Maybe.
Don't put that on the universe. Don't do
No.
that.
Like, would she just like try to covertly rickroll like each one of her speeches, or would she throw in like a random song lyric, here and there, and it'd be like our duty to pick them out?
Just pick 80s songs and
Yeah.
just throw things in there from like Phil Collins.
Love it. So,
Feeding ideas to speechwriters everywhere.
man,
I hate to interrupt again,
No, you don't.
but no, we're not gonna talk about that. That we're not even on that. But maybe if we touch on that subject, I'll bring it up. So,
now I'm curious.
well, trust me, if it becomes relevant, I'll make it happen.
Okay, fair enough.
Moo.
We haven't had Chuck in studio in a long time, so I haven't heard moo for anything. And I've been saying fair enough a lot.
I do it I don't say it in random conversation, but if I hear other people say fair enough, I like subconsciously say moo.
That's amazing.
The internalized moo.
Yeah.
The internalized moo.
The unspoken moo.
That's
For those of you who aren't aware of that little... I just realized we just had this little conversation. Some people probably listen like, what the hell are they talking about? I have a habit with saying fair enough a lot. And so my buddy Chuck, who was also on the show, every time I say it, he used to say moo, trying to get me to stop. Well, unfortunately, the only thing that happened is we just heard moo a lot more. So there's that.
But I don't know what the backstory is going to be, but I really want the unspoken moo to be a story of some way, shape, or form.
could probably make that happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm
think that
down.
sounds like a great children's book. But
Yeah.
like an inappropriate children's book.
Oh.
Like an adult children's book.
That
'Cause
sounds
those are
amazing.
a thing.
Yeah.
That's great.
Like that one with Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, hey, Mitch.
Yes.
Tabitha's trying to get here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I,
Okay.
for some reason, don't have you on Snapchat. And my text messages weren't working, so I Snapchatted Pickett.
Fair enough.
Technology.
It's okay. My Snapchats are not that great.
I mean, mine aren't either. Usually just my face saying my phone's not working.
Nice.
It's a backup.
Right.
All right. So moving on. Another little bit of convention news or whatever. We've talked a lot about different cons that pop up. There's another one coming up here in the beginning of November. It's EmojiCon.
I'm sorry?
Yep, an emoji convention.
The cosplay for that would be interesting.
It would be,
Very 2D.
but kind of predictable.
Very
Yeah.
2D and predictable, yeah.
I don't know. Okay, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
So,
this EmojiCon.
it's gonna be
I'm actually really curious now.
It's going to be at the San Francisco College of the Arts campus. It's organized and led by Jeanne Brooks, Jennifer Lee, and I'm very sorry if I mispronounce this, Yaying Liu. They are the founders of Emoji Nation, and they advocate behind a proposed dumpling emoji. Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
sorry, a what?
they want a dumpling emoji. I don't know why.
Why not? Right?
Yeah.
And there's a chicken emoji, so chicken and dumpling
Yeah.
would be a pretty sick little situation.
Good point.
Is there a waffle emoji?
I wish.
Can we not?
Right,
Let's
sidetrack.
not. I'm so hungry right now. I started my diet again this week because I was on the shows and everything, and I'm like, I can't focus on diets. So I'm back on that. So I haven't had junk in a long time. My kids had pizza for lunch today, and I'm like, I hate you.
I mean, your kids also aren't at the stage where, they cook for themselves. I mean, you kind of brought that upon yourself.
Oh no, it was all me. I mean, I realized this. Actually, what it was Little Caesars, because I slept for like 2.5 hours last night, and so I got it, and I'm like, all right, I can make this something really nutritious for lunch, or I could just go grab a pizza.
Yeah.
We grabbed a pizza.
That happens.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so the people behind EmojiCon, they also advocate for a more inclusive emoji character set and a character submission process. Apparently, Lee talked to BuzzFeed back in December, and she said that one of the bigger problems that the Unicode emoji approval process is mostly male, mostly white, and mostly engineers. So people who decide emoji need to be more diverse, since this group is not representative, and to their credit, they know it, but their biases still pop up. So I guess EmojiCon is more about trying to get a more inclusive set of emojis out there, which for me, like, I don't use emojis that often, but that's I guess not an issue that I noticed. I didn't notice that,
Never had that problem.
emojis aren't diverse enough.
So here's the issue. I guess, and maybe if they say, oh yeah, we're going to take the ones we have and maybe diversify them a little bit, I don't know. I don't know how that would work, but more importantly, let's be honest here. There are already a lot of freaking emojis. You don't want to sit there and scroll through 18,000 pages of emojis just to find the smiley face. I mean, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, sure. But I think it should be kept more of a small list of emojis. I don't know. I don't know.
In addition to all that, EmojiCon's also going to have a film festival, art gallery, and panels.
Okay, what
How?
are these going to be? I don't understand this at all.
I feel this film portion being very boring.
Yeah.
It's like a foreign film, and it's just someone like swiping through and like selecting, and then like it goes dark.
Well, if it's a foreign film,
Is
how are the captions or the
You don't need 'em,
the
that's-
translations? Are they all emojis?
Yeah, the translations are
Oh
like,
my gosh.
emoji.
Okay, guys,
Is
we
it,
need to
is
make...
it going to
So all of a
say,
sudden, it's a puzzle.
Yeah.
is it
You
going to
gotta
say
figure out-
Finn at the end?
I mean, all foreign films that are in
We-
French, they fin at the end.
Guys, we need to make an emoji film.
I don't have any of the information in front of me because I wasn't expecting to talk about this tonight, but that is going to be a thing.
I'm so
that
excited right now.
You'll
legitimately
be able to submit your own emoji film.
No. Like,
Oh.
there is an emoji movie coming out.
But why? There's emoji books. I don't know if anybody has seen all these that have come out for teenagers, and like 95%, it's all told in text messages, and then like most of it's told in emojis.
That sounds like a complete. Oh my god, my head hurts just thinking about that.
It's a thing,
What?
and they've done like Shakespeare plays and things. They've translated them into text and emoji.
But that goes back
I
to my
feel
initial
bad
thought
for
process. There's
Shakespeare.
only so many emojis. My powers are back, by the way.
The other thing I'm thinking about with Shakespeare is how many skulls did they use?
Right.
A lot.
All the daggers,
All the daggers, all the skulls.
all the skulls.
all the little jars of poison, or like bubbling chemist sets, or whatever is the emoji that you have.
Well, I don't know. Emoji con. I mean, that's so. Look, I don't know.
It's so two-dimensional.
Well, I wasn't gonna go there, but yes. No, I don't know. It
Yeah,
seems
it
off
seems
to me.
flat.
Ah, jeez.
I'm
So
done.
many bad puns.
I'm trying to pull up an article about this emoji movie.
Okay.
So far, I've gotten that it stars T.J. Miller.
Who?
He
As badly as I want nothing to do with this movie, I'm now intrigued because T.J. Miller's attached.
Wait, why do I not know who that is?
he was okay. So he was Deadpool's best friend in Deadpool.
Oh.
And he's also on Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley.
Oh,
He
that
was
guy.
also in the original Cloverfield, if you remember that.
I didn't watch that.
I haven't seen either Cloverfield or 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I still haven't seen the new one, and I'm so upset that I haven't.
Guys, look, I've got to be honest for a second here. I'm having withdrawals, like movie withdrawals. You guys know that we saw a movie every week, sometimes more than one,
Right.
and I haven't seen a movie since Comic-Con.
Wow.
That's,
I am having fits here. And then I hear that the Ghostbusters movie is actually really good, which I expected it to be.
Yeah, I have
and I
heard that.
haven't seen it yet. This is a problem.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
As well you should be.
Yeah, it is literally all my fault. So
that title makes me want to die.
It's the book cover for the Hamlet emoji book.
I mean,
Wait,
It's
what?
called-
the to be or
Seriously.
not to be is clever, but
seriously, Hamlet.
Seriously, Hamlet.
dude,
It's a thing.
I'm so excited. I want to look at that.
you just can't hide it.
So still not a lot of information about this. The only thing that I've got, and this is coming from an article from Variety, looks like even earlier this month maybe, but Emoji Movie Express Yourself is set to hit theaters on August 11th, 2017.
It's called Emoji Movie Express Yourself?
Express Yourself. So if they
I'm
don't,
in.
if
I
they
don't care. I'm
don't
in.
get the Madonna song as part of the soundtrack, then they've failed as.
Yes, they have. Look, I don't know, guys. I'm going to have to see this.
No,
I don't care how
No.
bad it is.
I do.
We're all going to have to see this.
Oh god.
Field
no.
trip.
It's got TJ Miller, so I mean,
Can we
That may be
live?
the only redeeming quality.
Can we live tweet it using only emojis?
oh my gosh, we should. Do we have a Twitter? I don't think we have a Twitter.
Funny story.
We have one, but Mitch doesn't know how to use Twitter.
We have.
Well, he does, but he doesn't use it very often.
Yeah, there is a Twitter set up. But
Mitch and I had this conversation.
Yeah, but
So-
I don't use it
Um,
often at all.
217 Radio just recently put together a board of directors because we have a lot of stuff coming up now, a lot of clients, and we need to do more. And it occurred to me the other day that we don't have an Instagram, we don't have a Twitter, we don't have any of that stuff, and so that's gonna have to be a thing. We have a marketing director, and so
Social media manager.
we don't have a social media manager. We have a marketing director who might have to double as a social media manager. But I'm going to try to find somebody to just do that, I think. But yeah, that's got to be a thing. We got to have a Twitter. And you got to learn how to use Twitter.
He does know how to use it. He
Yeah.
just doesn't use it.
I
Very
just don't use it very often.
Fair enough.
I'm more of a Facebook guy.
That's
All
fair.
right. But
No,
anyway.
I'm all Facebook.
Yeah.
Which, I'll talk about it now. Starting in the next couple weeks, we're going to be broadcasting video on all of our shows, as well as live broadcasting to Facebook all of our shows.
Nice.
So it's gonna be pretty exciting. I
be
hope
fun.
hope to get a full thing out of it. It's gonna be good. I'm excited about it.
Are we gonna have to wear like makeup and stuff?
Yeah,
or-
no, yeah, it's a thing. It's gonna be full. No, we don't have to wear makeup.
Mitch just lost his excuse to wear makeup, and he's real sad.
Dang it!
Sorry, Mitch.
What am I gonna do with all this blush now?
I just can't. I just.
You've missed us.
I have. Can I really have. You have no idea. This is like
It's like a reunion show.
kind of. I don't know. This is one of.
Aw.
Look, I do a lot of shows throughout the week, and this is probably one of my favorite to sit in on because it's always the most entertaining. Maybe it's because you guys come prepared, and I can't even come prepared to my own show. So I enjoy this show quite a bit. I almost forgot about it today.
Wow.
Well,
I like you
Yeah.
guys a lot,
Yeah.
and I really enjoy my time.
I
here,
love-
but I almost forgot.
I love doing this show. Wait, what am I doing today?
no, because I haven't done it in so long. I was sitting here and I'm like, what am I doing today? I don't remember. I gotta go to the Muni at some point. Maybe I'll go early. What have I got going on before that? Oh yeah, I've got the show.
Shame.
You got that
Man.
one thing.
Yeah, the thing.
Yeah.
My schedule. You know, I almost forgot about yesterday's show too. I'm all over the place, really. Honestly, it's just a mess.
I'm deeply sorry for your hectic lifestyle or whatever.
Oh.
Maybe you should have taken some time for yourself and taken us all to San Diego Comic-Con.
You're probably right.
You know.
You're probably right. Let's talk about that.
Yes.
I'm sure you've got.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of stuff because
It just started.
it just started. It started today, and I'm going to. We're going to try our best over the weekend. If any, let's not throw out that when big stuff happens this
Right.
week. We're going to do our best to let you know that on Facebook and maybe Twitter. I don't know.
What is our Twitter?
I think it's just at Geek Awakens.
Geek Awakens.
I think
All one word.
all one word.
Cool.
Capital G, capital A.
Oh, well, naturally.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, by the way, I was scrolling through, and did you know there's another person out there doing a Geek Awakens?
We already talked about that. We talked
Dang
about
it.
that a few weeks ago.
But you know, we were there first.
We were there first, and I even double checked to make sure we were there
I
first.
know, right?
Yeah.
Jerk. God. I'm sorry. I'm so far behind.
No, it's all right.
It just.
Hey, we have 2 followers.
Sweet.
Mitch and his mom.
Wow. Wow. Actually, let me see the followers.
One's a radio personality.
I actually personally know both of those people.
That makes
Neither
sense.
one of them are my mother. But
I don't even have the Twitter app on my. You know, I'm getting Twitter right now. This is happening.
good to know that our show is so lively and exciting that you're playing on your phone.
Says the guy who does the entire thing from his tablet.
Yeah, so I have everything highlighted.
I'm aware,
Yeah.
but it's all show relevant.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay.
It's all tech and all geeky.
So,
Exactly. I'm the tech guy. We know this.
all right.
Says the guy who doesn't have Twitter installed on his phone.
Well, it's fine. So anyway, so Comic-Con's this weekend, and they have like an almost literal ton of panels going on this weekend. They have a 50-year Star Trek celebration. One that I would have loved to have seen in person: Snoopy for Presidents, Politics and Peanuts. That just sounds fun.
Or it sounds terrible.
I'm gonna go with terrible.
I'm glad I'm not the only
Snoopy
one.
should stay out of politics.
Snoopy should just stay in his doghouse, hang out with Woodstock.
Wow. Good.
You would have gone to that one by yourself, apparently.
Yeah,
I'm sure we could have all found something better to do with our times.
it's all right.
That happened. I mean, that happened when we went to Comic-Con. There were a few things like, I got to go to this. And I'm like, I have no interest in going to that at all.
Yeah.
But that's
I mean,
okay.
That's part of it. I mean,
Right.
you're not gonna all go wanting to see the exact same thing, and if you do, then well, you're just being stupid. I think there's a point for or a point to be made for branching out and
Right. No, I
seeing
completely
other stuff.
agree.
And
Completely agree.
so then when you come back and come back together, you'd be like, oh hey, I just saw this awesome thing and you didn't.
Face.
Yeah. So, and then also there is a bunch of rumors going ahead of Comic-Con that's expected to be announced this weekend with DC TV. A little bit of Supergirl news. It's expected that the second season is going to introduce Batwoman.
Really?
Yes, who is not Batgirl. They are two different people. Kathy Kane portrays is Batwoman, but Barbara Gordon, who is Batgirl, also for a time she was also Oracle. She will also appear on the show as Oracle to kind of save the confusion from Batwoman, Batgirl.
Okay.
So that's going to kind of lead up to a like a Birds of Prey
Thing.
So
Okay.
also there is kind of a push to get Constantine, which was on NBC for a season. There's push for that show to be revived on the CW. And so there's talks of Matt Ryan getting who played Constantine, of getting kind of a series regular deal across all of the CW's DC shows, kind of like what John Barrowman and Wentworth Miller have right now.
Okay.
So if that happens, I think we can definitely expect to see Constantine on CW.
That would be nice. You know, they did a crossover with Constantine on Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a really fun episode. I
Yeah.
really liked it.
Nice. I was just going to see how long we could make this Dead Space go.
That's good. Nothing better than some dead air. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you for your time.
All right, so actually we're going to turn it over to Matt now, who has a little bit of Stan Lee news.
First off, he's not dead. Which, not that like that was a rumor or anything, but
Right.
I mean, he's old, so. But he...
So every time we talk about Stan Lee, we have to preface it by "He's not dead yet."
He's not dead yet.
He might go for a walk. Oh. But not to Canada anymore.
That is true.
It's true.
So there. Anyway, the genius of Stan Lee is he's still creating comic book characters. He is actually working right now to create a new series that will be comics, TV, and film. The series is called Nitron. So basically, the quick about it is that they don't have too many details as of yet. It's set to revolve around a highly intelligent, advanced species of Nitronians who covertly live among us here on modern-day Earth. So it's going to be a 6-volume trade paperback, and then they are working with TV and film to expand the universe that these Nitronians exist in. So,
So it seems almost X-Men-esque.
yeah, a little bit. I mean, except for, well, yeah, they're kind of aliens instead of humans, but
Right.
but yeah, they I don't know. I'm lost.
By the way, just a couple little things here. We now have 4 followers on the Geek Awakens, so we've doubled.
Woohoo!
I'm one of them, and so is Matt.
Yeah.
Those were the additions.
I just look at numbers.
I don't know how to use Twitter.
Secondly, I just opened up my Twitter for the first time like in years, and I have 25 followers.
Good for you, buddy.
I feel pretty good about that. So yeah, at Picket 1000 right there. Shameless plug.
Are you? Do you want us to pause so that you can get 3 more followers, or?
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking, if you guys wouldn't mind.
2 more because I can't figure out how to use Twitter.
We need to have like a Twitter class.
If you can Snapchat, I'm sure you can Twitter.
There just seem to be a lot of
There's a-
buttons.
There's
There's a lot of buttons.
There's a lot of buttons.
There's a lot of buttons. It's just a lot of work.
All right. So moving on. Tabitha, you had a story about Nickelodeon breaking some ground.
Yeah, so a friend of mine actually made like a huge deal about this on Facebook the other day, and I kind of ignored it because it's what I do with Facebook, and then I happened to see it again. So Nickelodeon, the Loud House, it's going to introduce the network's first married same-sex couple, which also, they're a biracial couple, voiced by Wayne Brady and Michael McDonald. What I thought was kind of cool about it is they're saying that they're going to focus not so much on the fact that the kid has 2 dads, but more on the fact that it's just the norm. It's not going to be like forefront of the story or anything. It's just going to be a normal situation. Kid has 2 dads. I know they're getting some backlash on it. I mean,
You don't say.
obviously. I know, everyone's shocked, surprised. Like, a bunch of people were, like, posting, like, boycott Nickelodeon and that they were turning their cable off to keep their kids from watching it. And, like...
Yeah, because those things don't happen in real life, guys.
Right. It was just... It blew up really quickly, and everywhere I looked, I kept seeing it. But there's, like, a little... If you guys, I don't know if you guys watched it, but there's like a little video of it, and it's done very well. It's just, oh, these are my dads kind of thing, and then it just kind of carries on. But I thought that was awesome, bringing some diversity to children's television.
Kind of sounds like the way that they're handling Star Trek.
Little bit, except with the Loud House, they kind of went that extra step further. Like, not only does he have 2 dads, but they're biracial. Like, they're just trying to make everybody angry.
Nickelodeon knocked them all. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Right.
I mean, I like it. I think they probably they're gonna get all kinds of flack for it, but it is what it is. People are gonna have to. I mean, you guys watch SpongeBob? It's the most inappropriate thing I've ever watched in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff, like all the Nickelodeon shows and things are.
I mean, do you guys remember Ren and Stimpy?
Well,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
I mean,
I watched. Okay, so sometimes.
But watching it again
Yes.
right.
is completely different than watching it then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
Even
90% of the stuff as a kid went over your head.
Yeah.
Which is awesome, by the way. Because I definitely started like that in like Rocko's Modern Life.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching some of that the other day. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Like all those old shows are on Hulu, and sometimes when I can't sleep, I just turn them on because whatever. And I watched an episode of the Rugrats the other day, and I was like, "Oh, inappropriate Rugrats." Whoa. It was. I don't remember what it was now, but it was something with the mom and dad, and I was just like, "Oh, okay," with the sexual innuendo. Got it.
What else?
Guess they figure if mom and dad have to watch it, might as well get a kick out of it too.
Right?
Oh, yeah. So, all right. So, speaking of Star Trek a little bit, and we never talked about it because it happened when we were taking our break or whatever, but Anton Yelchin, who played Chekhov. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I completely blanked. Last month, he suffered an accident and he died from it. So J.J. Abrams said that Chekhov won't be recast in Star Trek 4, which I think is good.
I actually really like that.
Yeah.
And I like it for a lot of reasons. The number one being that the one thing I hate more than anything is recasting someone. Like, don't get me wrong. I loved what's his name? No, this is a completely different movie. Don Cheadle as Rhodey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he wasn't the first Rhodey.
No,
and that-
Terrence
right.
Howard. Yeah.
Right. And I don't know. It just threw me off when that change was made. And that wasn't even made for any other reason but somebody's disagreement somewhere. So, like, for this, I was really... because I had also heard that, and I was really ecstatic to kind of see, okay, so we're going to... I mean, I don't know how they're going to, like, handle it.
Yeah.
But I am glad they're not recasting.
Right.
Well, and it's good that they put this in a different timeline, so it's not like
Right.
it's not like they had to recast him or whatever. And which it would have been hard because he was just such a fantastic Chekhov. Like
Well,
they wouldn't have been
right. Yeah.
whoever they
was, yeah.
recast would not have.
He's an amazing actor all around.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of his films, and I absolutely love him. Charlie Bartlett is one of my favorites.
Yes.
All-time favorite movies, and he did just amazing with it. And I just liked the movie a lot. So, as an actor, it was one of those losses that first of all, it was more unexpected than anybody
Came
else.
out of nowhere.
Completely. I mean, obviously that's how accidents are.
True.
But I just, for me, it was really rough because I'm a really big fan. But that's how I've been with all of them,
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
So yeah, 2016 took another one.
Friggin' 2016.
Yeah. Completely unrelated, but like I saw this meme a few weeks ago. Well, no, it wasn't that long ago, but it was like it said something like, "I'm not saying that David Bowie was like the connective tissue for the universe, but," and then in asterisks points around to everything. So, but anyway, moving on from Star Trek to Star Wars, it was announced during, well, not really announced because they're not saying for sure one way or the other, but in the Star Wars Celebration Europe, they hinted that Rogue One, a Star Wars story, might not have the Star Wars crawl at the beginning.
Well, I mean,
part of me says,
That's
"How
okay.
dare you?" But part of me says it's not Star Wars.
right.
But
It's a
it's-
Star Wars
it's a
story.
Star
But it's a Star Wars story. It's still
So-
in the Star Wars universe.
Does every
Yeah.
episode of every TV show they make start with the scroll?
Well, see, that I don't know.
I don't
believe it. Like the
So,
cartoons,
right.
No, I don't believe they do.
I mean, so it's just a spinoff. I mean, do we really have to look? We know the story prior, right? I mean, some of it, or this. No, this is right. Yeah,
This leads
Yeah.
up to 4.
yeah. So I mean, we know what happened before. We know what happens after. I mean, really, it's just kind of a space filler.
No.
So we don't really need this. Like,
Mitch just really wants the
I was
I
gonna
still-
say, yeah,
I
the
still
crawl-
really want it.
The crawl would basically say, "You know what happens." ...
And I'd be okay with it.
As long as it was there.
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, you watched the other movies.
This comes after 3 and before 4.
Well, and I think another thing that would make it useful is that it kind of also helps introduce a character, the characters that you have no knowledge of beforehand.
That's what exposition is for.
I mean, we don't really get that in the crawl.
Yeah,
anyway.
the crawl. I mean,
is always
it
like,
gives you.
it gives you world building, is what it gives you. Which I mean, it had to for the first
well,
one.
it does. It does say stuff like and this person just did this, but that can literally be done in just that long, just right there, just in conversation can add to the film. I don't know. It's not. I don't see it as a necessity. I understand where the fan in me says, "Oh, that would be really cool," and why the fan in me would say, "But that's not right." But at the same time, it's just a crawl. It's probably not going to start with the traditional music either.
Yeah.
I'm just ruining Mitch's day.
Right. I don't think that thought had occurred to him yet. Now he's very sad.
I am significantly less excited about Rogue One. I'm just saying. So, since we're on the topic of Star Wars, which I'm sure you all saw this because I put it on Facebook yesterday on my personal Facebook. So last night was Star Wars night at Busch Stadium.
Yes.
So obviously I went to that because Star Wars Cardinals. I yes, awesome. So basically, for those of you not familiar, basically it's a baseball game, but like in between they've got like Star Wars stuff going on, and if you can buy like a special ticket to get a T-shirt, et cetera, et cetera. So at one point, I'm not really paying attention, and there's this kid. He's 5 years old, and I know he's 5 years old because he wanted to sit in seat 5 because he's 5 years old.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like, makes sense. All right. So anyway.
And then Mitch goes, but I'm sitting in seat 5, and you can't have it.
Sorry, kid. I'm sitting in seat 31. What now? But anyway. So this kid in the row in front of me, I don't know where he's like, look, it's BB-8. And then me, way louder than I should have as a 31-year-old male, goes, where? And the kid didn't hear me, but like he was like, oh, look, on the screen, it's BB-8. Yeah, I got excited because of a BB-8 graphic on the video board.
So yes, the crawl is a big deal.
Apparently. You know what? I'll bet you it'd be okay if BB-8 was there.
Yeah.
If instead of the crawl, they just did a little BB-8 thing.
Yeah, do like a little mini BB-8 movie beforehand. I'd be happy.
Like one of the Pixar things.
Yes,
like before.
exactly.
Like a little Star Wars short for Mitch.
I'll write a letter to Disney. We'll make that happen.
Would you, buddy?
Yeah,
Would you?
I'm close with the all those guys.
Although, for what it is, a Pixar BB-8 short film
Would be amazing.
epic.
Yeah.
It really would be.
Can we talk about how much I would cry at that because of the adorableness?
Of course you would.
There would be so many tears.
Not Tabitha crying. I don't believe it.
I know. It's crazy.
So anyway, moving on. We've got another Star Wars story. This one's coming from Matt.
I'm super excited about this. When Disney bought Star Wars, there was an entire universe of books and comics and other stories that took place around the movies. When Disney bought Star Wars, they basically said that all of that superfluous material is tossed out. None of it pays any attention. None of it feeds into the movies. None of it changes any of the movies. It's all just essentially like another timeline.
Right.
The long ago and far away, the first series of books that took place after Return of the Jedi was written by a guy named Timothy Zahn. He created a bad guy, Grand Admiral Thrawn, who really did an incredible job taking over for Vader and Palpatine. Like, he struck fear in the hearts of what at that point was, the Rebel Alliance, going to be the New Republic. He was threatening and, just scary for them. And when, Disney did this thing and they essentially threw that character out, I was kind of upset because he was such a great character. He was well written. He was a threat. He's a legitimate villain. And they're bringing him back. He is going to both take place in Star Wars Rebels Season 3, and Timothy Zahn, his creator, is writing a new book about the character. So he is officially back in canon.
And that's really cool that it's not just that he's in a new book or whatever, but like he's also going to be shown in, on TV as well.
Yes. That they've taken into account all of these stories and things that were written before they threw them out, and it looks like some of those things may eventually come back in and may be put back into the world.
So you think they kind of did that without really looking at the source material? Maybe just being like, oh, we don't need to carry on, and then someone was like, oh dang, this is really good.
I think maybe initially, yeah, they may have, and part of that is because there were so many books written to take place after Return of the Jedi.
Right.
So to make the new movies and not try and thread the needle to fit them into all of these books and comics and stories would be damn near impossible.
Right.
So in that regard, I get it, but I like the fact that they're now kind of looks like they're taking a look at some of those and saying, this is a really good character. This is legitimate, story maybe we should incorporate it back in. So I don't know. I'm really excited. I really want to catch up on Star Wars Rebels now. I want to go back and read the old books, and I'm already looking forward to the new one.
Nice. And then it also, the article that you showed, it also said that, well, okay, maybe I read it wrong. Because it says pre-established and familiar Star Wars characters will pop up in the pages of Star Wars Thrawn as well. I initially took that to mean as other characters that aren't necessarily part of the canon would also be brought back into it. But reading back on it now...
It may be. It may include some minor characters that were also part of that. But for me, I think it just means that you're going to see characters that we know wrapping in as part of this new story.
Which would be cool, too. I mean, it kind of gives him some legitimate... Well, a little more legitimacy.
Right.
So... All right. So, we've only got one Pokemon Go story this week.
As opposed to the 36 we had last
36 that we had last week.
Yeah.
I'm actually still really sad that I couldn't take part in that particular conversation.
I'm sorry. Well, you didn't have to go to Sweeney Todd that night.
I mean, yeah, totally. They would have loved that. That actually happened. I had to fill in for somebody who just randomly didn't show up for a show one night. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to be there," and they're like,
Huh?
That doesn't happen. You don't just not show up on a show night,
right?
So
he better have had a really good excuse.
He did not, from what I was told.
Huh?
He'll never get another part.
Well, I can't say that, but if I were a betting man, but no. So that night I was sentenced to death because that was one of the things he had to do. But I come back, so I came back because after he was sentenced to death, he doesn't come back. But I came back, so I'm like a zombie now.
Oh, are you still like a zombie?
I guess I would be. Well, and I'm also a tinker. In the show, I was a tinker. So I'm officially the zombie tinker of Fleet Street.
I don't like where any of this is going. So, anyway.
We all need horse blinders to do this show because every time I look up and someone's making a face, I lose it.
So I think you're the one who needs the blinders, not all of us.
Maybe I should just do the whole show with a mat,
a mask.
What's that thing called? Like a sleep mask.
The sleep mask.
You could just turn around.
Right. Because
really boring wall, Matt.
Let's be honest. You put on one of those sleep masks, we're gonna mess with you.
It's true. That's happening.
True.
I mean, let's be honest. Also, she turns around. We're also messing with her.
Right.
I wouldn't do it. Just fight through it.
I would expect nothing less.
Anyway, so obviously Pokemon Go is still a huge thing, and the Animal Protective League in Springfield is offering or asking people who are playing Pokemon Go to come by and walk one of their dogs while they're doing it. Which is
the best thing that happened to me all week was seeing that article.
Such a cool idea.
Yeah. One of the dog walkers said that they'd been playing Pokemon anyway, and their dog was annoyed with how much they'd been walking him. So, so I'm just gonna go and walk a dog.
My dog gets really tired if it's hot outside, and he just lays down. So it would be a very ineffective Pokemon Go experience for me.
Yeah.
I just have to stand at one spot and wait on my dog to stand up again.
So, and really, and the APL, they're pretty smart about it. I mean, they're located, if you don't know, they're located right next to the fairgrounds, and the fairgrounds is kind of a hotbed. I actually went out there on Monday night, and I probably saw at least a dozen other people just walking around the fairgrounds.
What time were you there Monday night? Because I was definitely there Monday night.
It was definitely after 6.
Huh.
Maybe even closer to 7.
Nah, we might have been there. I don't remember now.
But anyway, I mean, there were still easily a dozen other people playing the game, and why not go and pick up a dog?
Right.
But they're hoping that this will encourage people to actually, adopt. Yeah.
Yeah, my problem would be I'd go pick up a dog to walk it for Pokemon Go and I'd never take it back. My husband would come home one day and be like, "What did you look at all the Pokemon I collected today?" Like 20 dogs running around my house.
They're dressed up like Pokemon to give yourself a little bit of legitimacy.
Right. He would probably just leave. Shake his head and leave.
Which, I mean, I guess, it's kind of a cool idea. It's like you're taking a dog for a test drive.
What?
That's not a thing, by the way. Hey, I've got a little bit of tech news, and I know I didn't send this to you, so I'm just like randomly throwing my crap out there. But
Thanks, buddy.
that's what I do. So we all use cell phones, right?
I still prefer carrier pigeon.
Chances are, I can't with you. Chances are, every cell phone here has got one version or another of Gorilla Glass. For instance, my phone, I've got the Samsung Galaxy Note 5, which has Gorilla Glass 4. Now, most people don't know that there are actually different variations of Gorilla Glass. Started off with Gorilla Glass, and then 2, 3, and 4, and they're working on 5. And so, yeah, this is. I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't know Gorilla Glass. Like,
I didn't know there were different versions. I knew of Gorilla Glass.
Yeah.
I didn't,
Right.
Like I said, didn't know.
I didn't either. So they said the problem with current Gorilla Glass 4 is even dropped from waist height, it survives less than half, or it survives less than half of the drops.
True story.
With Gorilla Glass 5, 80% of all drops from 1.6 meters or less should be survived. So they're always working to make that a little stronger, a little better. So Gorilla Glass 5, that's the future of your cell phone.
Cool.
Nice. Until we get Gorilla Glass 6.
Right. I'm still waiting for Gorilla Glass 7. But maybe they'll come out with like Gorilla Glass like 7S
Maybe.
or 6S or like 5S plus. I don't know. It's so stupid. I have like legitimate news, and we're all like, "This is stupid. Let's make it funny."
I wanted to try and make a banana joke, but I couldn't. I couldn't slip it in there.
Aww. Oh, God.
That joke was a little too ripe.
Oh, come on. Really?
I'll take that sleep mask now.
That sleep mask sure sounds appealing, doesn't
Oh,
it?
come
God.
on. Really? I'm not going to lie. I missed the crap out of this.
You brought this on yourself, just so you know.
I said Gorilla Glass. He's the one who brought up bananas.
It all started with you, though. It all
And
started
I
with
just
you.
realized that completely correlates to Gorilla Glass.
Really?
I feel really stupid right now.
As you should.
Yep.
As you should.
See, I haven't had my daily dose of Geek for like a couple months.
Your
so,
brain's not as
Yeah.
right. It's not catching up. It's like, huh? Why would you want to make a banana? Oh, that's funny. Gosh.
So, moving on. We got like 1.5 stories left.
How do you have a half a story?
Because they're two different stories, but they kind of intermingle.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, you were talking earlier about Ghostbusters. It opened this weekend with $46 million, just barely losing to Secret Life of Pets, who earned just over $50 million this weekend.
Now, is this the first weekend for Secret Life of Pets?
This was actually the second weekend.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That
So.
sucks.
Yeah. But yeah, so Ghostbusters actually, right now, they're sitting at a 73% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So that earns
Okay.
them certified fresh or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So, and also they're 60 on Metacritic.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
For Metacritic, that's not bad.
So, did I know you said you didn't? Did either of you watch it?
No.
Yeah.
I guess we all have homework, guys.
Right. I enjoyed it. It was. It's not the summer blockbuster that I think they wanted it to be. I mean, obviously. But at the same time, all the people who have been saying that, oh God, this is ruining my childhood, blah blah blah. No, your childhood is safe. I mean, it was a solid movie. I mean, I felt like the cast all did a really well job. Or whatever. But
We're awesome today, guys.
yeah.
We're breaking down from the inside out.
But I did feel that there were definitely some flaws in the script a little bit. My friend that I saw it with, he kind of even brought it up that they used scientific jargon almost as a crutch. Which with 3 of the 4 main cast members being scientists, yeah, you do expect to hear that from time to time. But thinking back on it, I was like, well, yeah, there were definitely moments where they didn't need to use that, but they did anyway.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, but like I said, I enjoyed it. I don't know if it's going to be one of those movies that I have to see in the theater again, but I definitely wouldn't be opposed to it.
Okay. I've got to see this film.
Yeah.
I really do.
I didn't see it in 3D, but I would almost. I feel like it would have been really cool in 3D.
Okay.
So
I may have to check that out. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I don't usually like 3D films though. So I don't know.
Yeah, not usually a fan.
I'm
Can't
not.
do it.
I'm not either. But the effects that they used in that, like I said, just seeing it in 2D, I was like, I bet that would look cool.
Yeah, I could see how something like Ghostbusters, even the old school ones, would lend themselves a little bit more to 3D.
Right.
So.
Now let me ask you this before we go on.
Okay.
Your last story, does that have to be your last story?
I wanted it to be my last story because
No, that's fine. No, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I interrupt for one question? 1 second. The Emoji Movie. Will that be available in 3D?
I don't know.
All right, sorry.
Man, I kind of hope so.
We can move on. I just had to ask.
So I'm not sure if you guys have seen this yet.
The Emoji
Gonna
Movie?
ignore me. Probably best.
I just can't. Man. I can't. I just can't. No, I don't know if you guys have seen, but somebody recorded on their phone the first legendary Pokemon being hatched.
Oh, snap.
Have you guys seen it?
I haven't.
Oh my gosh, I have it right here for you guys to watch. For those of you who've played the game, the sounds are going to sound very familiar.
I feel like I might have seen this.
You might have. Here we go. So it's got the egg, then you tap it to start to hatch. Here it comes. It's hatching.
I'm so disappointed when you pick it.
I really shouldn't have expected anything less.
We should have been more prepared for that.
Yeah.
We're all like sitting here like, oh, this is going to be awesome.
I
You ruined my whole day.
Have you guys okay? So the other was it last night after after Cheeto and the Nut, which is one of our new shows. We we started playing all those like John Cena stuff, like everything. You guys heard the radio thing, right? The prank call.
I didn't listen to the whole thing because it got, in my opinion, like it was one of those that it was really funny at first, but then it got old, and I never finished it.
The end was amazing. It was really amazing. We can talk about that.
I should re-listen to it. It's not really a video per se, is it?
They animated it.
I don't know.
Did they?
They animated it.
Of course they did.
It's awesome. I mean, it's really awesome.
All right. So, anyway, our last story tonight, and I'm going to preface this by saying that like, well, what we're talking about is, and we've talked about in the past how there's been a lot of heat against Ghostbusters, not just the movie itself, but also personally attacking all of the cast members. Leslie Jones has gotten the heat of that backlash for bad reason too. But anyway, so just prepare yourselves, because there are some of the tweets that she's gotten. I don't really want to edit them too much, because I feel like that. I feel like it's kind of important to this story to see just how vile some of these have been.
Sure.
So just prepare yourselves.
Parental warning.
Right. So that said, Leslie Jones actually sent out a tweet on Monday evening saying, "I leave Twitter tonight with tears and a very sad heart. All of this because I did a movie. You can hate the movie, but the shit that I got today was wrong." Basically, all day Monday, she was getting barraged by tweets of comparing her to apes, using racial slurs. There was one that even somebody took a picture of their semen that was on her face. That was on a picture of her.
Jeez.
Yeah. All of this because she was in a damn Ghostbusters movie.
That's ridiculous.
That's absolutely absurd.
Yeah. And but yeah, so she just got just tweet after tweet, and there was a point where she would kind of fight back. There was one, let me see if I can find it real quick. At one point she was even saying, "Stop saying ignore them, or that's just the way it is," because that's bullshit. Twitter, I understand you got free speech, I get it, but there has to be some guidelines when you let spread like that. It's not enough to freeze accounts; they should be reported. She also went on. Because she would look at these people's profiles and see that they have families. Some of them even have daughters. So she said that some people are just sick. They will say this messed up stuff when you go to their feed. They have kids, daughters even. What will you tell your daughter when she wants to dress like a Ghostbuster for Halloween? You're going to tell them that they can't be one? Which, yeah, I mean, really, in what world is it okay to say that to a human being, knowing that, hey, this little person could potentially have that stuff said to them? How are you going to feel in that instance?
Yeah, look, this is nothing but pure bullying.
Absolutely,
it really is, and it's stupid. And it really just, with everything else going on in this world, we're gonna get angry with somebody and say cruel things just because of a friggin' movie,
Right.
What?
Yeah, and that's really the kind of the internet culture that we have now. I mean, it used to be like this still would happen 10 years ago, but it was under you had that kind of cloud of anonymity over you. I could be jerkface 1 2 3 and say this, and nobody would know this. In 2016, people say the same things, but they give zero fucks now, and they're like, "Oh, hey, I am now hey, this is Mitch Ladd saying all this stuff."
Right.
Fair warning, I did not say any of that stuff, but I had to use somebody's name, and mine was just it. But I mean, they don't. People don't care anymore.
They don't.
No.
Here's what's happened. They used to hide behind a username.
Mm-hmm.
But now they just hide behind the internet.
Yeah.
Right.
It's completely see-through, but they still hide behind it because there's that barrier. It's like texting. People say things via text that they wouldn't say in real life because it's a slight barrier. They know it's coming from you. You guys know each other, but because you're not actually there, it removes you from the situation slightly.
Yeah.
And it's stupid. This is what we're dealing with right now. And there are so many more important things that we should be getting upset about than a friggin' movie.
Right.
You know, you have a problem with the movie, write a review, call it a day. Don't attack the actors. You know, that's like saying going to McDonald's and somebody made a burger the way they're supposed to make it, and you yell at them because of the way they're supposed to make it. It makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
No sense at all. And it legitimately pisses me off. I think it's just completely stupid.
Yeah. But yeah, to Twitter's benefit, they did ban some people. Among them is this guy, Milo Yiannopoulos, and I really don't care if I'm mispronouncing his name. He is a tech editor for Breitbart, and who was, I don't want to say that he was, big in this whole storm that happened, but he definitely played a part in it. And also, just for fun, this is his profile picture on Facebook. He looks like he's in a bad My Chemical Romance cover band.
He really does.
Yeah.
No one wants to hang out with that guy.
Or
I mean, I do, but
he
only
wanted to
so
be
I can
Billy
punch him
Joel
in the
at one
face.
point.
Right. But anyway, so there are actually, and I bring him up because now there's a hashtag. Well, there have been a couple of hashtags. There's been Love for Leslie J for people who are actually trying to stand up for her or whatever. Now there's hashtag Free Milo, who are saying that him being permanently suspended from Twitter violates his free speech rights. No, it doesn't.
No.
He is still purely free to say whatever he wants, but Twitter is also purely free to say, hey, you can't say that here.
Right. And there are rules. There are rules. And I'm 98% positive that those kinds of situations are built into the rules of Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact of the matter is, he may have free speech to say whatever the hell he wants, but he will have to find another venue to do so.
Right. Yeah, you have free speech, but you don't have the freedom of the consequences of your speech.
Right.
I can't, go up to some, big, strong, buff dude at the bar or whatever and be like, hi, you're like, oh, hey, I can beat your ass or whatever, and not expect to get my ass beaten.
Right.
And
to add insult to injury, all he has to do is create a new profile.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like somebody as high profile as him, that might get caught.
Sure.
But just some random Joe Schmo who got banned from Twitter because of this. Yeah, absolutely. And that's actually something that was brought up in one of the articles I was reading, that, these people would get banned from Twitter. They would just go and create another account and then just start right back up again.
Right. It's just a bunch of crap. The whole thing's stupid.
And it's really sad that it's really just entertainment for some people.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing it for fun, and that's sick.
Yeah, they're sick. Because they don't have... Because it's a stranger that they've... that's on the internet, so they don't have to face the repercussions.
Right.
Yeah.
They will likely never meet Leslie Jones on the street, and so they won't have to answer for the vile things that they say.
At this point, it's probably a good thing they don't.
Right.
Just saying.
And and it's really kind of sad too that it's not like she even did a bad job in the movie. Not that if she was awful in it, that's not excusing this kind of reaction, but still, she was kind of a bright spot in the movie.
Sure.
So sorry
Humans
to...
are terrible.
It's just sad that they think they can get away with, or that they can, in a lot of ways, get away with things like that.
Yeah.
In the internet society we have.
Yeah.
And we're always going to have antagonists out there who are going to try to make it, free Milo. No. There's going to be those people out there who think he's fine. He's right. He has a right to say what he wants to say. And, yeah, he can say whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Just not there.
Right. Take that to MySpace where it belongs.
Is that like Exile?
Oh, I have no idea.
That's where it should be. MySpace. Exile.
The
Is it
purgatory of the
internet blacklist where the only place you can create a profile is MySpace?
Oh my god. It's the best idea I've ever heard.
That would
just-
be amazing.
I'm just saying. I came up with the idea, just so we're all aware. Yeah.
What if there was just a new social media site for all the people that got banned from all the other ones, and only they could join it, and they could all just be hateful together, and nobody else would have to see it?
You have to prove that you've been banned from other. Now, can it just be like any social media, or like you have to have been banned from all of it?
No, just any of them.
Okay.
Yeah, like Instagram, because you're sending inappropriate pictures to people who don't want them, which happens way more frequently than anybody ever thinks that it does. And like Twitter for, being super awful, Facebook for
Also being super
also
awful.
being super awful.
No, I like it.
Man.
I'm fine with it being MySpace, but if someone wanted to create something,
Your space where you can say what you want, nobody else has to listen to it.
well, and the best part about it is when you post, nobody sees it.
Sounding board for no one.
It's getting better and better.
It's not like you would have friends.
You can't.
Right? You can't have
Right.
friends.
Can't have friends.
You're all by
Well,
You're
yourself.
grounded.
let's be honest. A lot of these people don't have friends to begin with.
That's true.
We'll call it socialgrounded.com.
I like this.
I think we just invented something, guys.
Way to go, guys. That's awesome.
Patent pending. It is 7:42, Thursday, July 21st. The idea started here. There it is.
Is that legally how all that works?
No,
No.
Okay.
not.
Not even a little bit.
Not.
I mean, I'm just gonna say this: Facebook.
That's true. Still so bitter about that. No, it's something that we talked about on
Here
the
he
show.
goes.
Something that we talked about on the show a couple weeks ago when we first saw it. I'm more bitter about it than anything because of all the times that I put blood, sweat, and tears trying to find a name for this show and making sure that nobody else had it. This other Geek Awakens, they clearly did not do that.
That's a valid point.
We did. We spent weeks.
We spent weeks. Well, I don't know about weeks, but the
Maybe you
better
should
part of
write-
a week.
Maybe you should write that person like a really nicely worded letter. Be like, hi.
Just don't get banned.
Don't get banned. Don't do that. Maybe do it from your personal Facebook just in case.
Right.
Or make a new Facebook. Just,
Yeah, it's not suspicious at all.
No, not at all.
what would you say?
I don't know.
I mean, let's ignore the fact that she has more followers than us.
Let's.
Wasn't she famous?
Well, it's part of
Daily
a
Dot.
larger network, the Daily
So,
Dot.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not fair, but okay. I feel like they should have approached us and be like, "Hey, we'll just bring you guys on board," and we just said, "Okay,
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
right."
Yeah.
And we would even bring her on board.
Well, we'd have to talk about that.
I mean, not anymore, obviously.
Right. Yeah. I mean that
Now that things have hit the
that
fan.
ship has sailed.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, I mean, there was like pure joy when, I came up with this name and Facebooked, Googled everything, and there was nothing.
Well, and when the name got brought up to me, that's exactly what I did. I went and I'm like, all right, I got to find out because I'm like, it's too good of a name for not to already be taken, and it wasn't already taken, so we took it.
Yeah. So
I think we should.
Call dibs.
Well, I think we should get a service mark on it. That's something we could do.
I like it. Would that force this other Geek Awakens to change their name?
No. But then we could just say they're us.
They're a part of us.
Yeah.
Right.
Except she has more followers.
Right. Well, yeah. It's a more popular, more popular like tribute show.
Man. So it's like one of those cover bands that ends up being bigger than the cover band. I don't know if that's ever actually happened, but
Yeah.
That'd make a great movie.
Would.
I would watch that.
The cover. It was just call it the cover band.
Or, even better, it would make a great musical.
Patent pending.
Well, yeah.
7:45 on Thursday, July 21st.
So,
Cover band is ours.
I know what I'm doing after the show tonight.
Working on your dance choreography for the musical. Right?
I mean, that'll come next week. I mean, I have to get the story first, you know. I have to write a couple songs. I can't put the cart before the horse.
I'm so excited about this. Hey guys, I'm gonna totally ruin your day.
I mean, I did sit it on Pickett and Joe
Touche.
last week. Yeah, last week.
Yep.
So it's not like I haven't heard this song for a couple months or anything.
But you guys haven't. Tavis is getting into it. And how Matt feels about it.
I kind of missed it actually.
There you go. How do you feel about it, Mitch?
He likes
I'm just waiting for the space.
I fear if I say anything about this song, I'm going to end up on your space. So, just going to keep my comments to myself.
That's fair.
Are you ready for it?
I
Here
am.
it comes.
We got a camera going right now. Gosh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thus concludes the first episode back in studio of the Geek Awakens.
Woo!
I'm so glad it's back, guys.
Mitch is too.
So glad. So glad.
Yeah, we discussed that.
I'm sure you did.
But yeah, no, super excited. A lot of exciting stuff, folks. Mondays we've got, of course, the Pickett and Joe show. Then on Mondays we wear pink. One right after the other, starting at 6:30. On Wednesdays we have Snack Shack with Cheeto and the Nut. Of course, Thursdays, as always, the Geek Awakens. And we're hoping, maybe, to bring back the Epic Movie Show.
Woohoo! Dun dun dun!
Anyways.
So at least you can get your movie fix in then.
Right. Anyways, don't forget to check out all the other exciting content right here on 217radio.com. Everybody say bye!
Bye.
Bye.